Welcome, our fays, bays, and gays. I'm Megan. Join with me.
Veronica.
And we are the sisters of the written realm.
Mm,
So we are entering the Fey realm. No plan, no map, just vibes and questionable life choices.
100%.
Much like Feyre. With that, it's not even a pop and bottle. It's embarrassing, actually.
No, it's economical.
I need more, but it's fine. It's fine for now.
We'll start there.
We'll start there. All right, so we left you off chapters roughly 1 through 5, roughly. We had Feyre, who was hunting. She's hunting to feed her family because her dad's got a bum leg, naturally. Doesn't do anything for his family, but that's neither here nor there. She kills an immortal being, apparently. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't know.
So it seems.
So it seems that immortal being happens to be close, allegedly, to the beast that, just gets inside her house and steals her away from her entire family. And as she is going through, so we left you off, she's kind of going through the wall. She's like preparing for that trip. The journey took 2 days, as you know. She has no idea. No, it's insane. She has no idea who her capture is. She just knows that he's a tall drink of water. That's all she knows. And he's a beast. But she's like,
Does she know that yet? Does she know he's a tall drink of water yet? Did he stay in beast form?
yeah. Yeah, but he's a tall beast. He's a tall drink of water. He's a beast. Listen, she had to think he was okay looking if she went with him.
I want to know what your hear me out cake is.
You don't want to know.
Exactly. That's what I was.
He's coming here to collect a debt. But she keeps kind of looking for clues, But as she's going through the wall, she says this quote, and I'm going to read it. We'd likely go to whatever rift in the wall he'd used to get here, to steal me. And once we went through the invisible wall, once we were in Prythian, there was no way for my family to ever find me. I'd be little more than a lamb in a kingdom of wolves. Now, do you think Sarah J. Maas was kind of using that imagery on purpose, or do you think Feyre meant something else by that?
Coming from someone who was survival instincts and this huntress and all that, provider, it's interesting that she immediately sees herself as extremely less than. Like, she assessed the situation and was like, crap, I'm in trouble. Yeah, I'm cooked. So I think that's Sarah setting the scene for us to be like, she is out of her depth. Whatever she can do in the human realm at the moment is not going to help her. So,
Bars.
yeah.
Bars.
One thing I thought of, which would annoy me if I was in her shoes getting stolen by a daddy beast, I always was taught to, when you go somewhere, memorize the roads, street lights, how many turn right, turn left. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I'm really good with directions now. So I'd be really pissed if I woke up after 2 days to be like, damn, I really can't get home. That's number one. Oh God.
Yeah, maybe that also led to she's just like, I'm a lamb. They can put me under whatever spell they want.
At any
I'm
time.
out. Literally. But it's through this that she starts to realize she's like, I murdered a fairy. That's what I done. But she's also saying she has no remorse. She literally says one more, one less awful creature in the world. What do you think about her having no remorse? Do you think it aligns with her survival attitude? What are you thinking?
Since that point, I thought she was killing for survival. But this is going past that. It's not like justifying the kill to survive. She's like, oh, great. Good, he's gone. It's fine. Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't either. But I think it, like, speaks to her ignorance about the species, too. Because she doesn't... And we don't know. Like, we're just following whatever the narrator is kind of, like, telling us. And she's saying, like, these are awful creatures. So then you think, okay, well, one less, like, beast that's gonna literally attack me, according to the mercenary. And as she's going, she thinks, like, well, I'm paying a life debt, meaning I'll probably spend my life in a dungeon. What could be worse than the human realm? Also, at this point. Maybe in the back of her head, like on the back burner.
That's crazy, to the concept.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's
like, what's
trying
worse?
to feel.
But it's interesting as they're, like, slowly going through, like, this invisible wall. She gets to the other side, and as she's in the other side, it's not as, like, apocalyptic as I think she was previously led to believe. It's actually, like, green, and there's rolling hills, and there's things, like, there's flowers in bloom, there's trees in bloom, and everything. I think it's very interesting the dichotomy between, like, the winter realm.
That's a big word for Elmo.
That's a big word for Elmo. Well, like, the difference between the dead of winter where she was, and now all of a sudden she's, like, in this place that's, like, blooming, and it's not, like, fire struck. Like, there aren't fire breathing beings. Like, it seems a lot more calmer than she thought. But as we're getting through the wall, now we're in this new area. What did you think of, like, the imagery that Sarah J. Maas used?
I painted this, like, luxury castle. Think of 5 castles put into one. Easy. That was the manor, right?
That was the manor, yeah.
I envisioned a bunch of butterflies and multiple things that would represent spring. Maybe a touch of remaining ice or something for spring. Fresh, new life, new beginnings.
Ooh. Yeah, I think it aligns with what Sarah J. Maas was also trying to do, like, new life. Like, this is her new life. So it's very fitting that she's in this place of, like, bloom and new life has come to be. So I think it's, like, she did that on purpose, for sure.
She did that.
But like you said, like, you were, like, looking for the street signs, looking as she's in that area now. She's just, like, looking, like, how could I, if I wanted to?
Yeah.
How could I hightail it out? Now, keeping in mind how Feyre is, what do you think, if you were in her position, would you be looking for a way out immediately, or would you be like, no, I'm too weak, like, I should probably stay around and, like, learn the lay of the land a little bit more? What
Got
are
it.
your thoughts?
So I watch too much First 48, true crime, all that jazz. And the ones that have, like, the best survival rates are the ones that play along. Yeah. So I feel like in this situation I would play along, and not where it's not believable, but to build that trust to the moment I can find an escape, I'm going. Do I know how, where, what, when? No. But am I going to make that scary beast mad? I don't think so.
No, it's like 9 foot tall.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Try to be on my best behavior. So I think I'd, like, play it out, because she's a survivalist too, so she knows, like, if I, like, turn and run the other way, I'm not making it. Like, yeah. There's no meat on these bones. Like, I'm very hungry. I didn't even get to enjoy my wolf dinner. Wolf stew.
Wolf stew.
Nothing. But as she's like going into this huge manor, that it's like the craziest thing she's ever seen. And she was from the lap of luxury earlier in her life. So for her to be like, this is like the biggest estate I've ever seen in my life.
This is nice.
This is nice.
Ain't got no roaches or nothing.
Nothing. No firewood to be found here. It's crazy. She goes into and she's like, there was marble floor, like black and white checkers, and like a gold staircase. So she notices two men, or Fae, she presumes, have these two different masks. So the one who just introduced himself, or the one who's introducing himself, is Lucian. She's hostile, but he's like, I'm gonna match your energy, girl. I'm Lucian. He's wearing a fox mask, but she turns around, she sees like the humanoid figure and realizes that this beast, now tall drink of water, in almost human form, minus the pointy ears, but he has this like gold and emerald mask on. Do you think there's a difference in the different masks?
If I put myself in her shoes, I would think, oh, I see gold, and I'm just like, oh, this must be someone elevated. This is very regal, royal. Do you think there's any symbolism with choosing a fox, or is it just match his hair color?
It just matches this whole vibe. I think we'll probably have to read a little bit more about Lucian to determine, but I could see it being kind of sly, because he's very like sly when he comes in. He's just like, I'm gonna match your energy, I'm Lucian, I belong here, who the hell are you?
I like his cockiness, I'm not gonna lie. Listening to it, I was like, okay, you're brash, that's what it is. He came up very brash and just very like, I live here, why are you here?
Pretty much. And she's like slowly like looking at the relationship that the two have, and I think she comes under this presumption how Lucian's kind of like acting, how the servants in the house are kind of acting, and she's like, all right, I'm gonna fall in line. I'm probably here to be a slave. Let's call it spade a spade. You didn't just take me so I could be here pretty in this lovely castle / manor. So she's obviously like very hostile, but having been on the trip for like 2 days, her into like this nice dining room where there's so much food. She hasn't seen this much food in her entire life.
It's a trap.
And it's a trap. That's what she's thinking. She's thinking like the food's lethal. How would you feel in that situation though? Someone just like stole you, sits you down for a nice meal.
I feel like this male would not go through all the trouble to come collect me to just kill me. So, no, I would never think that food on the table is poison. Now, it's another story where they talk about Fae food could be poisonous to humans. Now, if she's thought that, understandable. But do I think that this male is trying to, like, please eat all this food so I can poison and kill you right now? No.
Why not, though? Why not?
Why go through the trouble?
I see what you're saying, but I also feel like he just took me away from my entire family. I know this is the first... maybe he's not into the gory, bloody kills. Maybe he's into the poison. And I like Fae food. May as well be like mysterious lunch meat. I don't know what's in it.
Oh, Jesus. Scary thought.
Literally. But as she's like being hostile, the two men, two Fae men, are like sitting, talking. And that's when she learns that through Lucian, because he's kind of like, Tamlin, like, relax. If she doesn't want to eat, she doesn't want to eat. And she's like, now I know. It's Hamlin. But it's not the same as like a demon. If you say their name, they're not going to go away. It's just like,
damn. He's still here.
He's still here. But through that, he's like, I don't know why you're so hostile. You're just here to chill. And she's like, but you're gonna make me a slave, aren't you? And she's like, place. And she's like, I'm gonna take the knife just so I have, because he's stolen all of my weapons. I have nothing here. If someone tries funny business, she's just like, and she's very sly about it.
Is she?
Puts it. No, she gets called out on it.
Oh.
Later. But at the time, she's like,
I got this. No one saw that.
No one saw anything. He's just a bestest boy.
Do you have something to say? So what are your thoughts on Tamlin? He's like, mother help. This is Cashew. He's a nervous train wreck.
He's doing great.
He's so brave. He's not
afraid.
Hi, guys. So this is the reason why my headphones are moving, my hands are moving, because he's trying to velociraptor bite my hands off right now under the table. Now he's acting
that.
Oh, so now you're all well behaved. I pick you up. Yeah.
It's like, Mom, the camera's on me. I have to.
Okay. Peace out.
I love it.
I'm gonna... I would kill everybody for this dog.
Burn it down. Tamlin, who we know now, courtesy of Lucian, was like, Alice, come hither. Alice is a servant, and she comes to the rescue pretty much to get her like clothed and bathed. Now this is the third person she's meeting. It's like, okay, you work for him, so can I trust you? And Alice gives her some interesting advice. She says, and I have a quote here, if you're wise, you will keep your mouth shut and your ears open. It'll do you more good here than a loose tongue, and keep your wits about you. Even your senses will betray you here. Girl, who the hell are you?
That's deep advice.
Literally, if you were a captee in this new manor and the servant, like, that's their sage advice, how would you take that?
Obviously, like, shut up makes sense.
Right. Like, great, thank you. Because she was being a little too hostile. She was just like...
Yeah. The ears open would make me question, am I listening to sounds, birds outside, obviously people and what they're saying. I mean, who knows? Is Alice going to betray her? Does she trust Alice? Should she trust Alice? What kind of advice is this really from someone she doesn't know? But I mean, I would definitely start paying attention. Body language, nonverbal cues, conversations that I'm not privy to, but I can still kind of hear. I would try and collect as much information as possible, but I probably wouldn't be able to hold my tongue like she's suggesting.
But, like, your senses can betray you here. Like, that's also, like, do I trust what I'm hearing? Because interesting that you would say trust, like, listen, keep your ears open. It's fun. Like, I took it as just, like, do what you're told. Like, if people tell you to do, like, just do it. Don't worry about anything else. And then when she gets to dinner, she, like, tries to serve herself, and they're all, like, laughing at her. They're like, you don't do that here. She's like, I just started to trust the food. Can you not? Like, can you give me a second? Give me a big spoon and call it a day. And she's like, this is not the slavery I thought I had signed up for. I thought dungeon for sure. I got my own room. Like, when Alice was bathing her, and, like, she's like, this is your bathroom. This is your room. Like, here you go. If you need anything, Alice is there. So she has her own maid, so to speak, too.
Question, this just popped up. Do you think Feyre's thinking Alice was specifically chosen for me to be a spy for Tamlin? or just genuinely, Alice is a good lady, she'll take care of you. Because immediately giving advice contradicts the spy thing, but would you trust it off the bat of like, this is his girl, basically?
I would assume literally everything I say or do is going to get back.
Yeah, okay.
But the piece of advice she gave, I would say, like, maybe I can win her over to my team. And, like, not have her spy on Tamlin or Lucian or anything else, but, like, if I'm... Because long game, I'm trying to get out of here. Like, one way or another. So, if I have someone who might help me, that'd be cool.
Earn her trust just to deceive her and get out of here. That seems like something Feyre would do.
Yeah. Because she can't, like, they know she's trying to get out of there, too. Like, she says time and time, like, I need to get back to my family. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the only one, I'm the sole provider. I cook, I clean. There's nothing I can't do, which I know that's kind of selling my, you know, servantry in your house. But also, like, you saw, like, I killed that wolf because I was freaking starving.
I'll do it again.
I'll do it. But Tamlin was like, he literally said, do you think that low of the Fae that we would take your only source of income and nourishment for your family and not replace it?
I mean, she doesn't know any better. I don't fault her for it, you know? I wouldn't assume my entire family is getting provided for as I just was told a life for a life and I'm paying a life debt.
Literally.
In slavery is what I thought it would be.
Also, if you're, you know, stolen away, you wouldn't presume that the person who stole your ass away is going to take care of you and your family.
I mean, the way he abruptly into the house.
Ding dong.
Yeah. It's a culture shock. She's looking around, finally eating food, just, when am I going to wake up?
I think that's funny, though, the way he worded it, too, that, like, we would take their only source of income and nourishment, because it kind of feels like he's never referred to her directly as an object, but the way he kind of says, like, we wouldn't replace it, like she's an it. So I found that very interesting.
Something I just thought of with that quote. How does he know she's the only source of income for this family? He had to have done research beforehand before just breaking into her house, right? Saying that, my alarms would be going off like, this is a predator that has been stalking me since I killed this sentinel.
Yeah. And we learned that his sentinel, his name was Andres. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, why should I trust a word you say? You shouldn't really insult me in my home, bro.
Ooh, my bad.
My bad.
Sorry.
He's like, I'm going to warn you once and only once. It's then on you, human. I'm not going to lock you up in a tower. I'm not going to lock you up in a dungeon. I don't care if you live anywhere else in Prythian, but if you were to cross that wall, like, my graciousness will only go so far. And I'll cut the food and the income that they're getting. Your family's, like, not going to be cared for. He's like, is that fair? Does that sound good with you?
Okay.
How would you feel about that bargain?
I mean, how hard was it for me to always provide, and how annoyed was I, and how tired was I? Oh, they're provided for? I'm in this mansion? I guess I'll take my sweet time in trying to escape, let's just say. Let's feel it out.
She had, like, invisible bonds, too, on her, like, hands and feet. So she's like, if I wanted to go anywhere, like, where the hell could I go? Like, you're saying I could walk anywhere in Prythian, but in reality, I'm pretty much on house arrest.
Yeah.
So where am I supposed to go? Anywhere in this manor? great. That's not anywhere in Prythian. But she's like, all right, well, I am hungry. Like, I'll take your advice. But she eats, and then, like, once she gets to a point, they're like, if you keep eating, you're gonna throw up, and that's gonna be not good for anyone. It's so funny, like, as they're, like, admiring her, Lucian's like, I haven't seen someone like you in years, and all humans are the same. What do you think he meant by that?
Well, I mean, the only thing he's got to go off is that she just
Is hungry.
Hungry.
She's hungry.
Weight deprived, malnourished, would kill and do anything to survive. I don't think necessarily her traits are a bad thing, but it's just, that's all. He's like, all of you. The human realm is poverty, peasants.
All the same. All the same. You're gluttonous now because you actually have food in front of you. Like, can't you eat like a normal person?
Nope.
But Lucian, like, is funny because he's like, you have anyone at home? Like, you crushing on anyone at home in the village? What you doing back there, girl?
What's your vibe? What's your vibe?
What's your sign?
You single?
He's like, you're not that bad to look at. Like, surely you have someone
Thanks.
at home. She's like, I just stuffed my face. You called me out on it. Is now the time? I do love how abrupt, like, Lucian is, though, to, like, change the subject. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's getting a little hostile. So, what's your love language?
Gives that sense of maybe he's trying to be on Feyre's side, because that relief of tension isn't for Tamlin. It's underlyingly for her. Tamlin doesn't get pressured. He doesn't feel that, so it's clearly to make her feel better.
That's true. It's funny, though, because then he's like, yeah, you got anyone at home? You got anyone? But she's like, yeah, I got this boy, Isaac. I'm not in love with him. And he's like, you ever been in love before?
Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. I could set you up right here, right now. But she's just like, why the frig do you care about me so much? What's your problem? How would you take that?
Again, I would be delusional. I would immediately go to, so you think I'm pretty?
So what you're saying is...
Because why are you looking into my relationship with a human right now? Why do you care about that? We went from 0 to 100 real quick. There's got to be some underlying reason for needing to know this information. Like, am I locked down or what, And
Lucian's like, all humans are the same. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Shots after shots. She's just here trying to eat.
They're like, you gonna be here a while, so may as well learn the most about you. And I feel like something clicks in her head then. She's like, the more I can learn about you, too. Simba, how do you feel about Tamlin thus far? Too, yeah.
Same.
So as Alice is getting her ready for bed and, like, even into the next day, she's just, like, trying to reassure her, like, my master would not say something and not keep his word. How would you feel about that? Like, would you feel reassured if you were in Feyre's place, or would that make you still feel uneasy? Because she's, like, trying to be like, you can trust him, you can trust me, you can...
This is still day 1, right? Mm-hmm. Of them all meeting? Hell no, I wouldn't believe anything this lady says to me. Oh yeah, please, he's fine. Trust him. Hell no.
Fine.
Why do you care so much that I perceive your master so highly? Why are you trying to have him win me over?
Mm-hmm. Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah. What's the point of this?
Like, she lets her know a little bit more about the lands, but the next day, even though Feyre didn't sleep, she, like, gets up. She starts, like, going about the manor, and she's asked, like, you want a tour? She's like, no, I got this. I'm fine. But she sees Tamlin. And, like, they're talking. And Lucian is there, of course. And he goes to, like, Lucian. Like, homegirl likes to hunt. She likes to hunt. You could take her to hunt. I have work to do. So why don't you just, like, take her on a horse and run the gardens? Wouldn't that be cool?
So now you obviously massive trust with Lucian to be bringing her outside of the manor. It's probably a small country. That's what I envision it to be. So I find that very interesting. All of this is like, it's not giving slave. It's giving, I want to win you over. I want you to love it here. Look, the food's amazing. It's beautiful. You can trust everyone. You want to go riding and hunting? Let's go.
Let's go. I'll unshackle one of your shackles and let you go. You don't need both to ride. I'll do that for you. Just take a...
How nice of you.
Literally. But he also doesn't trust her. So I think it's so funny that everyone's like, yeah, trust my master. Trust Tamlin. He's so good. He's so good to you. Look at him. You're not even, like, tied up anywhere.
He's an angel. But yet,
he's an angel.
You're free to live anywhere, yet if you're going to leave the palace, you got to go with Lucian.
Literally, yeah.
You have to be watched 24/7.
She is a flight risk. But
the sticky socks, that's Feyre.
She needs. But then don't say she's free.
Yeah.
Reading this the first time, I was kind of like, oh, well, they just don't want her to get hurt. She doesn't know what's out there.
Which is very true.
So, like, kind of making it seem like this is for your best interest. If you were in that situation, would you take it as, yeah, you're just helping me out? Or would you be like, why am I shackled right now?
I'd still be on full defense mode. Why am I shackled? What is going on? Why do I need a chaperone if I'm allegedly free in these lands? Clearly there's something going on where you need to have eyes on me at all times. That's how I would view it. First time reader, if I was in her shoes, I don't believe a thing that comes out of anyone's mouth. You are all lying to me. You're all in on it. Something's going on. Why are you being so nice?
Seriously. She also is willing to go with Lucian. And, like, Lucian takes her on that patrol. Lucian starts revealing things about the blight. And then he, like, catches himself. He's like, why am I telling you this? You could sell this to the highest bidder for all I know. And she's like, who am I going to tell? Like, there's no one here. I'm not allowed to cross the wall. Like, Tamlin made sure of that. This blight began with her. And that's all he says. It's a mysterious she. It's kind of badass, though. But as he's, like, explaining what is going on, he does, like, tell her a little bit more of Andres, so she knows who she killed. And he was like, he was a high fae, too. He can shapeshift. And Tamlin can shapeshift, too. Tall glass of water. Now, what power would you like to possess? Kind of like a superpower.
I am terrible with time management, so I would like to winnow. Winnowing is you go into the shadows and you appear somewhere else. Obviously, it takes a lot of magic, but teleportation in the human realm. And that would be me, because I'd be like, yeah, I'm literally on my way as I'm still in bed, but it doesn't matter, because I'd just be like, you?
Shape-shifting's cool, though, because you could be a fly on the wall. No one will know.
That's true, too.
I could see the advantages of that. But I could also see the advantages of winnowing. So I think winnowing probably winnows me over.
That was good. We're going to keep that in.
Keep it. But as they're, like, passing through, like, Lucian, just so you get a good idea of, like, his starkiness, he was just like, we've passed so many squirrels and chipmunks galore. Why have you not killed anything? Like, that's your MO, right?
Just dig after dig.
Dig after dig. If you were in that situation, what would you say?
Well, why would I hunt anymore? You guys are providing me with a freaking feast every day, apparently. You're telling me I don't have to worry.
Like, I'm not a hunter. I'm merely a survivor. Like, I just did it for survival at best. But as they're, like, getting closer to the woods on the edge, again, Feyre, like, sees something and she thinks her instincts are betraying her. But all of a sudden, like, every instinct in her body, like, her blood runs cold, the hairs on her body stand up, and she's just looking. And that's where we're gonna leave off for this week. Oh my god. You gotta read more to figure out why.
Love it. Loved our time together, Megan, as always.
I did too, as always. So what do we think thus far?
You know, like the hair on the back of a dog when they're put up and against a corner? Yes. That's the vibe it gives me when I read that part. I'm like, something is about to go down.
But listen to us next week to figure out what she may have seen, what might be lurking in the shadows.
Oh my god. We're just here to spill some tea and talk about the chaos that is inevitably going to happen in this series.
But yeah, thanks guys.
Thanks for listening to The Sisters of a Written Realm. We'll see you next time.
See you next week. Bye.
It never goes on.